What's up, guys? This is Cloud7470 here with my friend,
Ryan Lee.
and we're here to talk about Nationals and ban list coming up. Our thoughts on it, our predictions. Nationals was this past weekend, and Windups won. Ryan, what did you think of that?
I was pretty happy because Windups haven't had a big showing. I mean, yeah, they won some nationals in different countries as well, but in YCS circuit, they haven't been showing a lot of play.
No, it's like they dropped off the face of planet USA, which is the best. So it's like, once Rabbit came around, Windups took care of them for a little bit, but Rabbit was destroying them. And so they disappeared, and they came out of nowhere with this win, and I'm very happy about it. I much rather see Windups win over Dragons any day. So the winner was Tyler Tabman, who everybody's got an opinion on. I'll just leave it at that. What did you think about Tyler's deck for Windups?
Well, I mean, the deck is actually pretty good, and I give him a lot of credit for winning, and, he's a pretty good player, obviously. He topped whatever the one YCS was with Gravekeepers, and he topped Philly with Final Countdown, and then he won Nationals. So he's definitely a good player, and I give him props. And I think another reason why Windups were good for that weekend was since they hadn't been used for so long, nobody was maining Max C anymore or anything like that. And them being a wild card deck, yeah, even though they were in numbers at Nationals, everybody to them was a wild card deck. So it could just do its stuff and not. And like Macro Rabbit has no Veilers in the main deck to stop it. So.
That's exactly what I thought too. It was really weird for me though, because like reading all the coverage of Nationals, we saw that there was a lot of Windups there, which is just surprising to me. Is like, how did these players know to make that meta call? Why were they playing Windups out of nowhere? That's what I'd like to know. But anyway, Tyler Tabman, congratulations to you. You're a great player, like we said earlier. You topped Chicago with Gravekeepers. That's one of our two favorite decks, for sure. You topped Philly with Final Countdown, which, we're just going to say congratulations with topping with Final Countdown for some reason. And then you won Nationals, so good job, man. Also, shout out to Jarrell Pro Winston for finally making it as far as he did. He got third place at Nationals with Chaos Dragons, yes, but he made third place representing Yugi tubers and, small players compared to, no, he got third place. No, but anyway, representing Yugi tubers for actually being able to top and do good. So good job, guys. Represent us well over in Japan. So speaking of Worlds in Japan, what do you think? What do you think is going to be there a lot?
Well, I mean, Worlds format is kind of weird, and Worlds doesn't really matter all that much, I guess. But, I mean, I think Inzectors will be there. I think Heroes will be there. But Worlds is at one time a year where you can have rogue decks win. I think TG Stun would be a good choice this year because with Inzectors and all that, I think main decked Wangoos and Skill Drains could just pretty much wreck everybody.
That's what I was thinking, too. But Inzectors is the most popular deck over in Japan. So that's who I'm pulling for. I'm pulling for Inzectors.
Yeah. I was saying another thing on that, too. It's popular in Japan. The USA team, they're probably going to be working on something to beat the popular decks in Japan. So that maybe that's one of their decks.
Yeah. I mean, but that could also be a downfall, too. It's not just Japan, though. We've got every country that's in the league. So you're going to have to go over to Vexicus 466 channel and go see every deck that won Nationals. Because he's got everything for you guys. All right, so that's our talk on Nationals and Worlds. Now we want to talk about the ban list a little bit, and we're gonna start off with some of the main meta choice decks. We have Inzectors, Chaos Dragons, Dino Rabbit, and Windups. That's what we concluded to be the top 4 decks of this format. If you had to pick a fifth one, what would it be?
Honestly, I really don't know because, I think the fifth deck is kind of a tie between, like, Tier 1.5, Tier 2 decks, like Heroes and Dark World and that kind of thing. I can't really pick.
That's what I was thinking, too. I was thinking either Dark Worlds or Heroes for number 5. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start off with with our ban list thoughts here about these meta decks anyway. We'll get to the main ban list itself later. But we're going to start off with Insectors. Personally, I think the main thing that's got to happen to Insectors, even though I am an Insectors player and I love that deck to death, Dragonfly's a little busted for me. I mean, it'd be nice. He should go down to 1. Otherwise, that deck is just too good.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. I think Dragonfly, for me personally, is a big problem because if they have a Hornet in the grave, or even if they equip it from the hand, if they have a Dragonfly out and you don't have a Veiler, that's an instantly that they're going to pop 2 of your cards.
And now that you have Ladybug and Hopper out too, you've got to worry about Dragonfly even if they don't have Hornet, because he's going to get his search still, unless you have Veiler or Fiendish Chain, something to deal with it, Book of Moon. Otherwise, he's going to get his search to summon, and then you're going to get the Centipede to summon, or to bring the hand. I'm sorry. So I think Dragonfly should go down to 1. Maybe Hornet should go down to 2 as well, but that's iffy. So next we have Chaos Dragons on our list. Now, I would like to see this deck just disappear. Get rid of it. Don't want to see it ever again. But that's just because I don't like it. I don't like anything about it. So, but, I mean, if you think about it realistically, all you got to do is get Future Fusion out of the deck. Is that what you think?
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk about it later too in this, but I think with Future Fusion banned, it'd be good because, I mean, that sets them up big time. And, I mean, you can't really hit anything as far as the deck goes because it's not even really an archetype. It's a big chaos mash, and, for whatever reason, that's just how it works. I mean, maybe Light Pulsar at 2 or something, but I don't see it happening.
That's what I was thinking, too. It's like I like the mashup decks, too. I hate this deck, but I like the idea of just having to build a deck. And so, even though it is just a mashup of monsters, I still don't like it. I want to see it gone. If anything else, I would like to see Light Pulsar down to 2 or 1. Get rid of it, even. I don't care, but I think Future Fusion is one of the biggest problems in that deck, and that needs to go. Anything else you have? Any more thoughts on Dragons?
No, I don't really think I don't think I have anything else to say.
All right, so let's move on then to Dino Rabbit. Now, there's a lot of problems with this deck for me because it's boring. Anyone can play it. And it should not be this good. It really shouldn't. So, for me, I'd like to see Rabbit go down to 1 or ban it completely. But that's probably not going to happen yet. But who knows? But, limit Logia. They've got, Dolka coming out in tins, so...
Yeah, I think if they limit Logia, it wouldn't be as bad. Rabbit, they could possibly semi-limit that card, but I don't really know. And then Tour Guide, that's like the best, Xyz's rank 3 summoner in the game. I don't think Konami's going to hit that card.
No, there's no way they're hitting Tour Guide. That's too good. I mean, they want to promote Xyz's cards, so, leave that in there. And they're making money off it. Yeah.
And then +2, Dino Rabbit, being a deck, it runs normals and stuff, and it can still beat everything with the right plays. And I think the deck is too adaptable because, I mean, you've seen this deck from the start of the format to now, and side deck has gotten weird, and then, they're maining Macrocosmos, and you got level limit area B. It's just, it can adapt too easily to anything.
This was in last format, too. It started in last format, late last format, November, so it's completely changed drastically, but... it's still Dino Rabbit. It's still annoying. Get rid of it. No more. So that's it for Dino Rabbit. Now we're going to talk about Windups. Windups, like I've said earlier, they came out of nowhere. They were amazing at the start of this format. They were amazing at the end of last format. They disappeared. They came out of nowhere, and they won World Championship Qualifiers North America. Amazing. But now that this has happened, 2 weeks ago I was telling you they weren't going to get hit. They were going to be the best deck next format because they weren't going to get touched. Now that's changed because I think they're going to hit it a lot. I think they're going to ban Hunter, or they're going to get rid of Factory, or they're going to do something. They're going to get rid of it so that loop is gone. It's not going to be doable at all ever again. And, that's also going to make Max C's go back up. So we're going to have to watch out for that again. But otherwise, that's my thoughts on Windups. What do you think about them?
I think if they ban Hunter, it'd be good because then, you can't send cards from your opponent's hand to the graveyard. I think if they hit Factory, here's the thing: there's lots of different builds of Windups, but the Factory ones, since Black Whirlwind is at 1, I think Windup Factory should go to 1 because you're gonna search out your monsters, and Windups use effects all the time. So that card, when that's out, you just can plus off it so much. And then Zen Mighty. With him at 3, you can summon it, and then you keep using his effect, attach, get a rat, and then you just keep doing the whole thing, and then you can technically swarm your opponent a little bit. Maybe him to 2, honestly, that way you can't, just keep pooping out boats, in a way, I guess.
All right, so that's it for Windups. They'll most likely, if they don't, disappear off the face of planet USA again, they're going to, if they don't disappear, they're going to be hit hard, or they might come back stronger than ever. Who knows? So that's it on our meta decks for this format. So now we're going to go ahead and talk about the ban list itself, the new ban list, what's going to happen, what's going to change. So I'll go ahead and start with my thoughts. I think I would like to see Tengu come back to 3 instead of 2, instead of bringing the whole plant engine back. I would prefer to see Tengu at 3. That's me. I'd also like to see Heavy Storm just banned completely. Get rid of Heavy Storm if you're going to use 3 MST. If you're going to go ahead and get rid of an MST or 2, then keep Heavy Storm in there. But if you're going to have 3 MST, get rid of Heavy Storm. Not necessary. Royal Oppression. I don't want to see this card come back. I've been hearing talk about everybody wanting it to come back with all the new special summoning decks and whatnot. I don't want it to come back. I think it's too broken still, and it's going to make every deck just shut down because every deck special summons. So each player is just going to just burn their life points away with Oppression. So I don't want to see that come back. Also, like I said earlier, I'd like to see Future Fusion just get banned. And that's about it for me. So I'm going to give it to Ryan here, and he's going to give you his thoughts.
All right. You get a big kind of toss-up thing with the whole Glow Up Bulb, Spore, and Tengu thing. I mean, Tengu plants, it'd be kind of cool to see that come back, honestly, but I think if Konami were to do anything, you'd either see Glow Up Bulb and Spore come to 1 and leave the Tengus at 2 so you can't abuse that, or, you would have Tengu to 3 and you'd just keep the tuners banned.
Plant engine is just too broken. It just can't come back. The Tengu plants, I should say, that's too broken.
But I mean, then again, you have to look at the same time, at least with that deck, you have to combo to get out a big monster, which would be a Synchro or something, whereas with Dino Rabbit, all you gotta do is summon a rabbit.
I'm not disagreeing with that at all.
And then you have a Solemn Judgment that's big, too. Heavy Storm, that'd be kind of cool if that gets banned. The reason I always hated that card was because I use gadgets and, stun decks anyway, so it forces me to play Starlight Road in a way, and I don't like being forced to play cards. But, MST at 3, Dust Tornadoes at 3, and then they got that Night Beam card or whatever. I don't know. I don't really think Heavy Storm needs to be around. Royal Oppression is my favorite trap card of all time. I would like to see it at least come back to 1. I think it deserves to be at 1 just because everybody mains 3 MST and Heavy Storm anyway. And lots of people are siding 2 copies of Dust Tornado. And, even if your opponent flips Oppression and activates it, you chain MST to it. It's almost like a -1 in a way because, the Oppression gets blown up in your MST. You use that up, but your opponent's going to waste 800 life points activating it. And then Agents died. They're not doing anything, so I think the Agent of Mystery Earth should come back to at least 2 That way they have another searcher, and maybe you could see more play from Chaos Agents again. I think Blackwings need to come back a little bit. Maybe Kalute to 2 would be kind of cool. Or Black Whirlwind come back to 2. I mean, again, Windup Factory's at 3. So why doesn't... I think Whirlwind could come back to 2, and it wouldn't even make that much of a difference. And then I really agree about Future Fusion being banned. That just gives Dragons a huge push, and they can pretty much win from there. And then me and Adam personally don't like this deck, Infernities, but if people want to start playing them again, Infernity Launcher to 2, I guess would be okay. But I mean, other than that, that's all I feel we need to talk about.
Ban list wise, yeah, I think that's about it. So we want you guys to leave comments below. Tell us what you think will happen, what you guys want to happen. Tell us your thoughts. If you agree, disagree with us, tell us everything you want to know. You can go ahead and just leave a comment below. And, thanks for listening, guys. We'll probably do this again. This was fun. So we'll probably do this again if you guys like it. And, it's been Cloud7470 with my best friend, Ryan Lee. We're going to sign off. Please subscribe to this video. And like I said, comment below on your thoughts. All right. Thanks.